Alrighty, another spark and another build. The weave is open as we prepare for another deep dive into the world of tools and titans.
Last time we covered the grand vision. Today we're getting our hands dirty. We're going down to the nuts and bolts, to the very energy that powers every card you play.
We're talking about the engine of the game, the core system that tells you what your deck does and how it does it. But before we dive into the weave proper, let's start with the basics. The simple rhythmic pulse of a single turn.
So how do you play Tools and Titans? Quite simple, really. Draw your cards, charge your energy, build your field, act with your powers, clash with your titans, end your turn.
6 steps, one epic battle. But inside those 6 steps lies a universe of strategy. And the key to unlocking it is understanding the weave. Today we're tackling something fundamental. The weave icon tag. You've seen the little symbols at the bottom of your cards. That's not just flavor text.
Not at all. In Tools and Titans, that tiny icon is a strategic resource, a faction alignment marker, and a synergy catalyst all rolled into one. It's the elemental signature, the energy flow imprinted on each card.
You might think of it like mana color in Magic.
Or energy type in Pokemon, but honestly, in TNT, it's weirder, wilder, and so much more tactically fluid. It dictates everything. Synergy triggers how your Titan ascends. It defines the very identity of your deck.
So let's break it down. 6 core weave types. First up, the one that loves to watch things burn.
Red mesh. This weave represents heat, overload, pressure. The beautiful decay of rust and scorch, its home is with the rustborn. And aggressive tool titans like the explosive welder Fuser.
So this is your aggro school of thought. Pure, unadulterated damage.
Yes, but with a twist. The strategy isn't just applying scorch tokens, it's about breaking tools and zones, including your own.
Wait, so you're incentivized to destroy your own stuff?
Exactly. That's the mastery of red mesh. It thrives on a fail-forward philosophy. You lose a tool, you gain a burn bonus. It's beautifully destructive.
Okay, from pure destruction to the complete opposite. Let's talk green weave.
Green weave is regrowth, renewal, compost, and biotech. Sustained flow. It's the energy of the Preservance faction. Titans like Verdesia and Solaridan. The philosophy of the legendary Green Six.
So this is about endurance. Building a board that just won't die.
Precisely. The strategy is recovery. Pulling cards from your junkyard, recycling used tasks and tools, and using incredible durability to weather any storm.
So while the red mesh player is burning out, the green weave player is just getting started.
That's the key. You play the long game. You are built to outlast, to rebuild faster than they can break you. A slow, inevitable victory.
All right, now for my personal favorite, the one that plays tricks with time itself. Echo weave.
Echo weave is memory, looping, recursion. The domain of schemers and architects like Drafter and Chronarch. It's less about what you play and more about how many times you can play it.
This is combo player heaven. Setting up an engine that just runs itself.
It absolutely is. The strategy is duplication, stacking weave pulses, then creating these incredible cast again or reactivate chains.
And suddenly you've drawn half your deck and built an unbreakable board in a single turn.
That's the dream. The mastery of Echo Weave is inevitability. Your victory isn't a single punch, it's 1,000 perfect steps, leading to checkmate.
And no matter how complex these weave chains get, it always comes back to the core of your turn. That simple 6-part rhythm.
Every Titan turn, draw, charge, building, act, clash, end. 6 steps, infinite ways to forge your victory.
Now from calculated loops to absolute pure chaos. Flux Pulse.
Flux Pulse is instability, wild reactions, explosive bursts. The signature of the storm-wielding electrician, Valera. If Echo Weave is a blueprint, Flux Pulse is a lightning strike.
So you never quite know what you're going to get, but it's probably going to be big.
Exactly. The strategy is built on unpredictable effects with massive rewards, reroll mechanics, and highly reactive pulse triggers.
It feels like you're not just playing against your opponent, you're playing against the game itself.
And that's the mastery. Master the ripple effects. With Flux, timing is everything. You don't build a plan. You react, disrupt, and adapt. You ride the lightning.
Okay, from chaos to perfect calculated stillness. Solar current.
Solar current is conservation, reflection, timing, and precision. The energy of light. The other side of the Green Six philosophy. It's about winning not by doing more, but by doing things more efficiently.
This sounds patient, almost dangerously so.
It is. The core strategy is fascinating. You gain charge, your main resource, by skipping or slowing your own actions. It's also the home of reflect mechanics, turning an opponent's power right back at them.
So your opponent is throwing everything they have at you, and you're just sitting there getting stronger?
That's the idea. Mastery means controlling the tempo. With solar current, every inaction is a hidden action, a coiled spring waiting to trigger something powerful.
And finally, the weave that crawls out of the scrap heap, the dark reflection of renewal. Rust flow.
Rust flow is corruption, parasitic control, scrap evolution, the energy of the rust-born horror, null spore. It's not about rebuilding what was lost, it's about weaponizing the decay.
So this is Reanimator-style gameplay, using the junkyard as a second hand.
Exactly. Reanimating cards from the junkyard, summoning corrupted, twisted copies of tools, and infecting your opponent's zones with debilitating tokens.
It sounds terrifying to play against.
That's the challenge. The mastery of rust flow is thriving on entropy. You let your own tools rot, then you use their corpses to fuel your next wave of horrors. A slow, creeping infection that overruns the board.
Okay, 6 core weaves. But knowing them is one thing. Using them is another. How do you translate this into deck building?
It starts with your Titan. Most Titans have a clear weave affinity. If you're playing Drafter, build around Echo Weave. Include at least 7 to 10 matching cards. To guarantee your synergies, will fire.
And this affects gameplay moment to moment. With tasks and pulses,
Constantly. Some tasks require a specific weave to advance, and weave pulses are everywhere. Cards that trigger powerful effects if a red mesh weave was played this turn. You have to track it all.
it even ties into the ultimate goal. Ascension. Leveling up your Titan.
Yep. A Titan's Ascension might require complete 3 green weave tasks. Your weave type isn't just a strategy, it's your win condition.
And for advanced players, you can start mixing them. Hybrid synergy decks.
That's where true mastery lies. Flux plus red mesh for a Chaos Burn deck.
Or Echo plus green weave. For a recursion loop engine that never runs out of resources.
But these decks require expert discipline. The payoff is a flexible, powerful deck that can pivot its strategy on a dime.
So when we look at the Weave icon tag, we're really looking at the heart of Tools and Titans, the identity of your deck.
To master it, memorize your Titan's affinity, build your deck to support it, track the weave types played each turn, and most importantly, read your opponent's weave tendencies so you can counter them.
It all comes back to that central rhythm. The 6 simple moves that define every single game.
In every match of Tools and Titans, your tradecraft unfolds in 6 simple moves: draw, charge, building, act, clash, end.
Simplicity for the novice.
Mastery for the Titan.